Hi everyone, it's Naturalist Shannon. As promised, I wanted to give you a follow-up on our previous video about the first 3 stages of the monarch butterfly's life cycle, the egg, caterpillar, and chrysalis. So it has been 10 days since we filmed that initial video, and this morning I woke up to discover that we have our 4th life stage. So here is the adult butterfly. You can see over on the left here, this is the chrysalis, which is now empty. You can see that it's kind of clear. What happens right before the butterfly closes is that the outside of it gets clear. So over here on this side, if you can see it, this one is still kind of a dark green color. Right before it gets ready to close, the exterior of the chrysalis will turn kind of a transparent color. And it gets kind of dark, and then you can see the pattern of the butterfly's wings inside. I missed that yesterday, unfortunately, so we'll try and catch it with this guy later. So today we are going to be investigating the adult butterfly. So this is actually a female monarch, and I know that because when she opens her wings up, there is not a dot on the back of her hind wing. So let me show you this printout that we have here. So if you can tell there, if it had a black spot on the hind wing, then we would know it's a male. But because she is missing that, we know she's a female. Something I noticed with her is that she's actually very large compared to some of the others. So because of that, that gives us an indication that she is one of the migrating monarchs. So the other 3 generations or 4 generations, depending on where you live in the country, of the year, they're a little bit smaller. If you think about it, that makes sense. So the ones previously that came out in the year only live for a couple of weeks. They don't have to fly very far. But this generation, the super generation, the migrators, it would benefit them to be evolved, to have larger wings, a bigger mass, just stronger everything. So that'll help her get to Mexico. So something that we do as part of my programs is we participate in citizen science projects. So what that means is that normal, everyday people, you don't have to have any college degree or anything like that. Anybody, even children, can participate. We help to do some of the legwork for scientists who are studying things in their laboratories. So one of the things that we do with Mother Nature's Classroom is that we tag our butterflies as part of a citizen science project through monarchwatch.org. So that is an organization through the University of Kansas, and they came up with this system of putting little Mylar stickers with special numbers on them and special 3M adhesive, and we're going to stick this sticker on the butterfly's wing. Doesn't keep her from flying, it's very lightweight, and if you notice on there, it has a unique number on it. It's kind of like a license plate. It will tell the scientists, if she gets to Mexico, where she started, how long it took her to get there, and probably kind of the pathway that she took in order to get to Mexico, which gives them some very important information, because on her trip she's going to stop and need to refuel several times, meaning that she needs to stop and get some nectar so that she can make her journey, kind of like stopping at a gas station on a long car ride. So what we're going to do is I will gently reach in here. And butterflies do have scales on their wings. Monarchs, however, are pretty, excuse me just a moment. They're pretty tough. So on some butterflies, like the black swallowtail, if you touch their wings, the scales will rub off right on your fingers. With monarchs, however, they're pretty tough. So what we're going to do, you see this cell right here in the back, sort of shaped like a mitten. That is where the sticker is going to go. So we'll go ahead and place that on there. I'll hold it down so that the adhesive sticks. There we go. She's wiggly. All right, so let's take a look at her body before we let her go. So she has 6 legs. 4 of them are very easy to see. The other 2, kind of up here, they're really tiny. They're almost like little T-Rex arms. They don't do a whole lot, but they're there. I mean, she's an insect. She has her 2 antennae up front. You can see her abdomen poking out from behind there. That's the part that used to be the cat. Oh, she's showing off for us. Yep. And she has 4 wings. So 2 forewings, F-O-R-E, and 2 hind wings in the back. I don't know if you can tell or not, but she's kind of hairy. Her back actually has a little bit of fur on it right there. So what we're gonna do, let's take a look at the front before we let her go. She's ready to get going. She also at this point has much better eyesight than she did when she was a caterpillar. So she has 2 eyes, but they have lots and lots of lenses on them. So as a caterpillar, she couldn't see very well. Now she's got much better eyesight, which is important because she'll need to find colorful flowers in order to start her journey. So let's see. First time she's ever flown before, and there she goes. Away she goes. So on our data sheet, we have a lot of information to send to the scientists. So here is the tag code. So this was the special number that was on the sticker we put on her wing. Today's date, she's a female. She was reared, which means that we raised her. There's also an option for wild. So sometimes people go with butterfly nets out to fields and scoop up the butterflies and tag them that way. City, state, zip code, and country. And I'll go ahead and after we've completed this whole sheet, so I've got a whole sheet full of stickers that we'll use. After we have filled this out, I'll send that into the University of Kansas with monarchwatch.org, and they'll put that in their database. And then in a couple of months, once the butterflies have arrived in Mexico, there are citizen scientists on the other end of the migration who look for butterflies with stickers on their wings. So at that point, they would record the same information, the tag number, the date they found it, location they found it, and they would submit that to the scientists. So that gives them lots of data points so they can make their conclusions. All right, thank you guys for joining me today.